Hi Aries, Happy New Year. May it be a good year for you, for everybody who's tuning in. You know, it's just like we have to rise above all of this. We have to rise above what's going on in our lives, get a fresh new start, find our purpose. That's what we have to do. Find our purpose. Lift the veils. That's what 2020 was about. Focus, 2020. Veils. So, there's a lot of stuff in our heads right now. What's going on and what to do. We have to rise above it. Rise above it. Rise above it. Okay? Get out of your head. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay? That's no good. It does no good. So let go. Let go. Clear your conscience. Now the cards. I have to tell you, it's really time to read. All right, so something's coming to an end, Aries. I have a lot of messages coming through for you. Lots and lots of messages. So I'm going to just kind of briefly hone in on what was coming through as I was getting ready for your reading. All right, so someone who is like over the top in love with someone else. The someone else, the card came up as the King of Wands reversed. Now we know what that means, do we not? We watch enough tarot to know this. You know, this is somebody who, yeah, they're really charming and they've got like all the right things to say, and boy, they sure got you hooked. But they're a player. Okay, either they're married, you know, or they got a lot of baggage, or, I mean, there's a lot they don't tell you. So, but there's another one. There's another king watching you. This one's a water sign. Okay, so, just really be aware of who you fall in love with and how quickly you fall in love with someone. And if you start to feel those red flags, get out. Get out. You know? Because there's people who want to woo you. So that's definitely a message for a single Aries. All right, and then the other thing that was coming up was about a married couple. Okay, and Aries, I mean, you were like, everything was really cool at home except for one thing. Somebody is not working. And you're a little worried about that. And every time you bring it up, I feel like they get very defensive. But you're like, you need to get up. We have the family. We got to take care of this. You gotta find a job. We can't just be hanging out. We got to do something. So you got to trust, Aries, that this is going to come through, okay? So, I mean, this is like I feel like something's about to hit really big that's going to like put reality right in perspective. So somebody needs to start putting some energy towards building the home. Okay? All right. That came through before we even got to right here. 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes in. All right, Aries, let's see. All right, dear universe, grateful, thankful for the messages, for the greatest and highest good for all of our Aries. Let's talk about Aries. Aries in love. What messages do you have for our Aries? We already have two, one for our singles and one for a married couple. But let's see what the universe wants to talk about. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Aries, greatest good, grateful, thankful. Always be grateful. Always be grateful. Thank you for being a part of my channel, for the energy that you bring. You know, when you tune in, I mean, that's who I'm pulling these collective ideas from. You know, these messages, they come through because, you know, it's like it's yours. I'm like a little tuning fork. All right, what's going on, Aries? Ooh, Aries. Something needs to change. Something that needs to change. A little playfulness. I think your kids are happy. That's great. If you got kids, I think your kids are really happy. But there is a danger. Again, I mean, this message about, like, you cannot just sit back and do nothing and just think this is life. Life is not cush, okay? It's just like, it might feel good right now because it's like you landed in a place. And, you know, it's one of these things that you know that you need to start really pushing for this. So, again, I feel like this is your person. This is talking about that couple. I was probably talking about the couple before the single person. We'll get to you, but children come first, okay? Just remember that, you know. So this is why the married couple here, we're going to talk about you for just a minute, all right? So I think I've always seen this card as a card of Aries, okay? When you are in your groove, Aries, you are just, you're just radiant. Like this, like the energy that this person has, I mean, she's radiant. Could be he, you know who you are in the story, whoever you are, okay? It's like you can glow. That's the point. And yet, this other person who you are with, they're not glowing. Do you see this? They're not glowing, okay? What they are is like, they're still in their pajamas, okay? These are pieces of glass. I mean, he's sitting here having a nice drink, sitting back, having a good time. But all of this glass is starting to come in on him, you know, because he can't sit back and do nothing while you're over here growing. So a few of you may be thinking of having some kind of a separation, you know, because the glass is coming down on this guy. He can't just sit back and do nothing. You know, I feel like, you know, it's like you're over here. There's a lot to do. You have kids. You know, the kids are happy. You're trying to keep things going, but you need the other one to step up. Get a job. Get a job. If you can't figure out, because right now it's really hard, you know, figure it out. There's ways to get money. You can do something. You could do something. Around here, people chop wood. They sell it by a row. They sell it by a truckload. People out here, they make little pieces of banana bread, carrot cake, other little things. They walk around. There's ways to make money. I always thought, you know, the best way to make money is to make bread. People always buy bread, but now everybody wants to be gluten-free. So now we gotta come up with this best gluten-free bread. I've always felt like if you can feed a vegan, you can feed anyone. All right, so, okay, back to your reading. Sorry, that just kind of like drifted in, drifted out. All right, so let's go back to your reading, because what I see is that, you know, you're with somebody, you know, where this is like a past, like, karmic thing that's come, that you're dealing with. You know, so it's like the scales are not balanced. And the reason why I feel like you might separate is because here, you know, we have you walking alone towards your light, you know, and it's going to take a lot of courage to walk alone. You know, if you're going to be with somebody who ends up being more like dead weight, you know, trying to keep your kids happy, and, you know, it's like you're trying to make things happen, but you need their help. And not just, you know, taking care of the kids. You know, it's like somebody needs to go get a job. Okay, Aries? Seriously, somebody needs to go get a job. And if they're not going to go get a job, look, it's not going to, look how imbalanced this is. Then the two of you, there's going to be more and more of a disconnect, because it's just going to be harder and harder to deal with somebody who's not helping. You know, there's things your kids need. There's things that, you know, you need to do. Food, heat, stuff. You know that kind of stuff. I mean, right now there's the balance. It's not happening. And I think this is why someone's contemplating of just like, you know, F it, I'm going to go do this alone. Does this resonate, Aries? You know, that's very much a temperament of an Aries. You know, you're a ram. You know, you go in head first. You know, so when you all of a sudden, like, you know, it's like when you have had it and you had a fight, I mean, you're just like a ram. Boom, you're out. Go head first. So you're at that point where you really got to let go and open up, because you're feeling like you're really stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I leave? Do I stay? I mean, what's the point if you know, it's like, I think there's a lot of stories spinning around in your head. Seriously, if somebody went and got a job and started like helping to like support the family, because I feel like that's the problem. You know, one person, she's busy over here, you know, being mama, and the other one is like, I need you to help support the family, and you're not. And things are going to come to a head, and that's what I think you're afraid of. And it's like, you don't know what to do. I mean, you're trying to be really open, but you don't know really what to do. You know, you got to let go of all of this stuff that you're hanging on to. There was a reading I did for you not too long ago about you and a ball and chain. This could be part of that ball and chain. But there's a lot of stress building, a lot of stress building. You don't believe me? Let me show you. Look at the stress building. You know, so here we have Beyond Illusion. This card is like the card of judgment. All right, it's just like, you can't even transform any of this. And then we have the existence. It's like, you don't even feel like this has anything left. And you don't want this to go any further, because you're heading right towards all this stress. Look at you. You know, it's just like, oh my God, it's like coming down on you. Just like this glass here. It's like, it's all coming down on you. The stress. The two of you got to really like get on the same page. Here's the thing. I think it could happen. You know why? You have success. Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Now, it's followed, which is interestingly enough, by this card of traveling and a healing card. So maybe there's a big change that needs to happen. A move. I mean, there has to be a major shift that's gonna happen in order for this to happen. You know, because again, go back and read and see that video, that whole ball and chain thing, because it's like it may have been one of these things that you're hanging on to, a dream that you need to let go of. It would release a lot of pressure, for sure. Yeah. So I think I just get this feeling that you're at that point where, you know, life is getting real for you and your kids. You know, so you guys got to work as a team. Oh, look at this, the card of the Creator. You've got to just really ground yourself. And I think you really got to go back to the core. If you're a single Aries, I can read this for a single as well. If you're an Aries, the same thing goes. It's time for you to really like see the light. Like, it's almost like the two of you have forgotten that spark, that light. And it's almost because there's this undercurrent of tension that's about to erupt. And it has to do with what you're hanging on to, a dream that's just not, it's not realistic in your world. So, get on the same page, all right? Don't think, see these projections? You have to be careful of this. You can't think that they know what you're thinking. And they can't think that you know. So you've got to speak up. Really, speak up. And then you got to get rid of whatever it is that you've been hanging on to. Even this is something I feel like is really hard for you to let go of. But it's like you really got to trust that letting go of this weight is going to free you. Whatever this weight is, you know what it is. All right? So, Let me get a card of advice for you, and then we're going to jump over to some singles. Let's see what's going on in the world of singles. All right, so, wow. Oh, look, tune in. See all of those voices in your head? Ground yourself. I'm telling you, meditation is the way to go. I just started my other channel, Sun Star Center for Higher Consciousness. Day 1 meditation is up. If you want to go over there, I'll post the link down below. So join me for the next 30 days. I'm gonna sit somewhere out in nature. And I'm gonna teach you how to meditate. I'm not gonna guide you, you know, for the rest of your life. I want to teach you how to meditate so that you can go out like I do and just sit down and for a half hour, close your eyes and just breathe and just feel nothing. It's amazing. All right, so let's talk about you though. Aries singles. What is it that's holding you back from doing what you want to do? I'm talking to singles now. There's something that you need to do. There's something, honestly, these cards are amazing. There is something that you need to do that you know is going to just really, is a really hard move. But it's like it's calling you. It's calling you. It's like something inside of you is like burning. I have to say, I do see a big fire. So, electrical, heaters, things like that. Many, many years ago, I was on a safety team, you know, so really just make sure there's no clothing around heaters, you know, just be really, really careful because I do see a fire somewhere. All right, moving on to something a little better. Here, let me burn a little, I like to burn cedar. There. Fire, great purifier. All right, so something's coming to an end. You have to end a situation. Because something is calling you. I mean, I can feel it. It's like the universe is pulling you. But it's going to shake everything up. But I think it's exactly what you need. Because you've been like this camel, just on your reserves. And it's time to get out of the camel and climb onto the camel's back and become you. Look how much lighter you get. And whatever you do, you have to really, it's going to shake everything up and it bothers you. We're in times of big change. There's a big shift going on. I'm sure feeling it. A lot of people I know are feeling it. There's a lot of instability. Ooh, let's talk about relationship. Again, okay. We're going back to the first thing I was talking. Who's that Aries that I was talking to when I first logged on? Okay, because you're back. Okay. I think this other message, that is for another Aries. I feel like there's something you have to do and it's a big move. But it's good for you. Have the courage. Have the courage of this lion. Okay? You can do it because this person, look, they're blowing they've got their little flute there. And it's just like, it'll calm, you know, just kill it with sweetness. Okay? You have to do this. You have to make this change. Okay. The other one, though, you, Aries, okay? You and your relationship, it's very unstable. It is. Okay? And there are a lot of secrets. And you're not happy. You're not even happy with this person. Do you know why you're not happy with this person? Because you know that there's a lot that is hidden in their lives that they don't share with you. And, you know, slowly a person like that takes from you. And I told you, there's a King of Cups watching you. Water sign, someone else. This person, I think you can't, it drives you nuts because I feel like they promise you things and then they don't deliver. And you're starting to see that you and them are very different. This love relationship you have, it's not going to bring you the happiness that you seek. Nope. And I see that it's one of these things you keep putting it off, even though you know better. You keep putting this off. It's not good for you. That's a card of Aries. I said that earlier. In this deck, I've always seen this as Aries. You know, so this person slowly will take and take and take from you. Because you're going to try to hang on to somebody who's just using you. And you know that. So I think you need to put it to an end. Close the door. Because you are so much more. There's something that's pulling you to be, I mean, there's a big thing you have to do. And you need to be you. And if you're with somebody who is taking that spark from you, and you know this, let them go. Because they're no good for you. And you know that. You know who you are, Aries. You know who you are. Okay? Male, female. We all know who we are in the story, don't we? All right, anything else for our single Aries over here? You have to be open to letting go, making some big changes. You know, like the married Aries, this is a ball and chain. Something is holding you, and it's a big shift you have to do, and it's going to take courage to do it, but I do see you doing it. You have to let go. Quit holding on to something. I mean, this is dark and ugly. Yuck. Yuck. You have to have the courage for this new beginning. New road. That's powerful. So think of this as a big growth spurt. Okay? Because there's this part of you that doesn't trust being alone. Oh, come on, Aries. You're an Aries. You're tough. Oh, you've been patient long enough. You'll have a breakthrough. You'll let this go. I think you just need to turn to who you are. Remember to be you. I mean, you know, the universe is on your side. And I do see you moving in a good... So once this arrow is released, back. You're off. So it's coming. Prepare yourself. But again, the ball and chain. I mean, you know, every single sign has an issue like this. We have got what we cannot bring what is not good for us into 2021. You know, that's the, I mean, this, we have to come in clean. And you too. And this is like on whatever it is that's holding us back from our existence. From being truly open to who we are. I mean, this is a very vulnerable card. Because you have to trust the universe. But do you see this shooting star? A comet? It's an omen. A wish come true. Good stuff, Aries. Get rid of that ball and chain, whoever you are. Speak up, stand up. All right. So we have to be honest with what's going on in our lives. Okay, Aries? You know, because things are coming out. Truths are coming out. Reality's coming out. You know, when life starts to get real, you know, that's when you guys need to be really grounded. And I just feel like instead, you know, there's all of this stuff between the two of you that starts to come out. Secrets. You single one. You start to learn things. Same with you, married ones. There's secrets. that the two of you have about each other. So, you got to be open up and get on the same page. Yeah, it's decision time. I feel like it's really decision time. We have the Hierophant here. His number is 5. Change. Something has to change. You've got to make a decision about your future that could bring great change. So you've got to follow your spirit. This is a card of the spirit. Higher education, higher learning. You know, so this change for your future, you need to follow your spirit. Okay, Aries? Both of you guys. Whether you're married or single, or you're just watching it, we all just have to really follow what our spirit is trying to tell us. Yeah, so this person comes to you, single or married. They come to you emotionally, you know, disconnected. And you're over here wounded, on defense. Because there's somebody who wants to come back. Give me a second chance. Help me. We'll fix it. See this red cross? I promise. And somebody goes on the defense. I don't know. You've hurt me a lot. Why? Because, you know, you're doing what you do, flirting with everybody. That's for another Aries. Aries. Where did you go, man? You guys are hardcore. Don't let these energies kind of walk over you. Male, female, it doesn't matter. You got to let this one go. And out comes a card of Justice. This could be for the married person who's on the fence about whether or not I'm going to stay or I'm going to go. Because like I said, you're trying to find the courage to go it alone. You're sitting on that fence. I wouldn't be surprised. If you think that divorce papers are coming, they are. If that's what you think, your person, that could be happening. Because I do see a message coming in, and it's an intuitive message that comes in about your person. You know, it's a secret that's revealed about your relationship. And it has something to do with justice. So it could be... I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but look, you come on here, I'm telling you I'm calling it the way I see it. I just am. All right. Somebody sneaking around. All right, just, you know who you are, and you know who you're dealing with, okay? Because these are the energies. There's somebody messing around, fooling around, wants to come back. Come on, Aries. You're the ram. Use your head. Okay? All right, listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to go do another reading here. So, I hope this resonated. If it did, great. If it didn't, that's okay. Check out another reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, even your Jupiter. You know, I actually like to listen to all 12. Anyway, take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. And I sure appreciate each and every one of you. If you hit that like button, that would be really, really great. All right, until the next reading, Happy New Year. Bye.